It's time for the Greg Gibson Show. Find out each week what's going on inside Perry Central Commodore football. Exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosper Communications.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
And welcome to the Greg Gibson Show. And last week, Coach, you took on the Tecumseh Braves in the Battle of the Undefeated and came out at home. And why don't you recap that game for us?
Sure. It was just a game between two really good ball teams. I think we just never could get any momentum going. Every time we thought we got it going, they kind of regained it. We had a couple turnovers early in the first quarter that kind of lit up the points, and then they just did what we do a lot of times in the second quarter. We only ran 5 offensive plays in the second quarter. They kept the ball the whole time. So it was just a game in the first half. We never could get anything going. The second half, we came out, and they kind of hit us pretty quick on a couple of big gains. And then I was proud of the performance that we came out in the fourth quarter and put together 2 really quality drives. But it was just a little bit too much, too little, too late. And when we gave up 14 points off turnovers, and against good teams, that's usually the thing that kind of it puts you behind the 8 ball. Hopefully it was a learning experience for our kids. We got some really quality games coming up, big games in conference, and hopefully this will kind of be like something we can take away and take to those games.
Yeah, I was just going to mention in the Patoka Lake standings, you sit at 3-0. You sit at top of the leaderboard on that, so the destiny's in your hands.
Sure, and that's what we talked to the kids. Even after the game, we said, it's disappointing. It was a marquee game, and you want to play good in those marquee games, but it really, in the grand scheme of things, didn't really hurt us as far as anything that was one of our goals. Our goal is to win the PLAC and to compete for a championship in Sectional 40, and both of those goals are still right there. So it's we'll come out this week and get ready for Clarksville, and then got our 3 big conference games to finish up the season.
Okay, and you've been listening to the Greg Gibson Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosper Communications. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild! He just won the game! Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Hello and welcome back to the Greg Gibson Show. And we're talking to Will Gibson, the defensive line coach for the Perry Center Commodores. Will, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing real good. How are you?
Good. You guys have had a good season so far, and I'm sure a lot of it has to do with the defensive line. Why don't you highlight the defensive line for us?
Yeah, defensive line's playing pretty well. We have four starters that are in a regular rotation for us. Those are Caleb Howe at one end and Dylan Lynch at our quicker end. Both really good, solid football players. Dylan's more of a safety type size guy. He's about 6 foot, 190, and Caleb's a big kid. He's 6'3", and about 230, 240. So those kids kind of anchor the outside for us, and they both do a really good job. Inside we have Trent Sprinkle. He's our big anchor. He's our 3-tech that takes on the big guys when we have to. And then we got a smaller, quicker nose in Bodie Cronin. And Bodie plays really well for us. He's good off the ball. He's aggressive and does the things we need him to do.
And this week, you guys will be taking on Clarksville. What can you tell us about Clarksville?
Clarksville's a solid team. I mean, we handled them last year for the most part, but they did manage to put 4 touchdowns on us. They got a kid that's second in the state in rushing, and Robert Lamar. The kid's fast. I mean, when he gets the edge, if we don't get him before he gets going, we're in trouble. So he gets the edge. He's a definite threat every time he gets the ball, regardless. So,
and if he's number 2, you guys have one right up there too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Sawyer Gilliam's right up in that list. I don't know that his max preps have updated this week, but last week he was 3. So, Sawyer does a really nice job of following blocks and using his linemen and his vision to get down the field. So,
well, we'd like to wish you and the Perry Center Commodores good luck the rest of the season.
Okay, I appreciate it, and have a good day.
And you've been listening to the Greg Gibson Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
And we're back on the Greg Gibson Show. And Coach, you had to 2-3 Clarksville this week. Why don't you review that game for us?
Yeah, it's a game that's it's gonna be an interesting ball game. They're it might be the first time this year we're going to face a line bigger than ours. They're just humongous up front, and they've got the number 2 back in the state. So it's kind of an interesting matchup. We got the number 3 back in Sawyer as far as yards gained, and they got the number 2 back. So it'll be an interesting game. Our guys, we talked after practice last night that this is going to be a challenge for us. We want to flip. By the end of the night, we want Sawyer to be number 2 and this kid to be number 3. So they like to run the ball to the number 23. He's a quality tailback. Offensively, they do a lot of things. They like to spread you out, a lot like what Tecumseh did last week. Defensively, they play a little bit of a 3-4, so we've seen that scheme before. We'll just have to come out and establish our run game. And again, that does 2 things. Anytime you're more physical than the other team, it kind of demoralizes them a little bit, but it also keeps their offense off the field. And we want to limit that other kid's touches as much as possible.
And I know it's a couple weeks before sectional draw, but I was looking at your sectional draw, and you've got quite a group of teams in that sectional.
Oh yeah, it's a meat grinder. I would bet that whoever comes out of that section will make a good run toward Lucas Oil, because it's you got some quality teams. The North Posey's been playing well. Mater Dei's always tough. I feel like we're playing well at times. And then you got some of those other guys in there, Tell City, Forest Park. Or I know the records aren't outstanding right now, but they got some quality kids, and that they could upset anybody any given night. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting. It's our first kind of venture into 2A, and it's going to be interesting. That draw is going to be really important this year.
Well, Coach, good luck this week in Clarksville.
All right, thank you.
And you've been listening to the Greg Gibson Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. We'll see you next week.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get